Look at my face. I said what I said. I'm not taking it back. I meant exactly what I said. Swiftcoin is number one to XRP. And if you don't like that, then you probably don't want to listen to what I'm about to tell you, because I'm about to put my research where my mouth is. You're sitting over there thinking I'm going to stutter. Just no stuttering over here. Let me prove myself. Swiftcoin. Fun fact. Swiftcoin is number one. XRP is number two. And I learned this because of my upcoming mini series on Swiftcoin for my members. So if you listen to me today and you prove me wrong, then I'll retract what I say. But if I prove you to be wrong because you think that I'm crazy for saying that Swiftcoin is number one over XRP, then this is what you'll do. You're going to subscribe to the Underdog Research channel. You're going to become a member, but not just any member. You're going to become a Underdog Research analyst, and you're going to get this alpha without hype, researchable facts. So take my deal. Let's go. Let's see who comes out on top, because Underdog don't play. On September 8th of 2025, there was an announcement. XRP Ledger update. What the zero knowledge privacy launch means for Ripple investors. Oh, Snapsy, you thought I didn't trick you. You thought I was talking about when Swiftcoin came out versus when XRP came out. Yeah, come on now. We all know that XRP came out first, but that wasn't the deal that you made with me. I said, I'm going to prove that Swiftcoin was first and XRP came after. Matter of fact, I'm so bold, I'm going to say Swiftcoin pushed XRP to be better. But I'm going to share this with you. So this article on September 8th of 2025 says, what the ZK zero knowledge privacy launch on XRP Ledger means for Ripple investors. In an X post, Pumpus revealed that ZK privacy is now live on XRP Ledger through the DNA protocol. He stated that this was a massive, as it means that network users, including Ripple's partners, can now prove something is true on the ledger, such as KYC, without exposing their private data. Related, you can look at XRP introduced a pivotal update, so their quest for dominance in this space. But the article further says that XRP Ledger users can prove their own asset that they passed KYC on a transaction without showing their private details to anyone. The market needs this protocol, and XRP is using a protocol called DNA protocol, which is a platform that integrated the update on XRP Ledger. Read in red at the bottom, DNA protocol anchored biometric identity on chain. And again, ZK privacy, XRP Ledger users and Ripple partners can prove their identity without revealing personal data. So it wasn't until September 8th of 2025 that XRP made the announcement that they had acquired through a company or a protocol, whichever one you want to prefer to call it, DNA protocol, to get zero knowledge technology. They had to go get it in 2025 September. Remember that date, 2025 September. Now, in an article in 2016, a study of Ripple entitled Listening to Whispers of Ripple, Linking Wallets and De-anonymizing the Transactions in Ripple Network, it tells another story that proves my point. And this is the story it tells. According to the study in 2016, make sure you pay attention to that, it says, to analyze the efficiency of the heuristics, we crawl the Ripple network. This was conducted on December of 2015, obtaining a total of 174,738 wallets and 115,996 credit links, and extracted a complete data set of transactions from the Ripple network, obtaining 17,645,343 transactions. Let me stop you right there. 2015, the scientific study was done on the Ripple network, and they had millions of transactions that these scientists studied on Ripple. And in that data set, this is what they say. I underlined it right there. It says, we deploy our heuristic over this data set, resulting in clustering of 959 Ripple wallets, 934,484 transactions in total. And among the clustered transactions are de-anonymization process. And let me just look at you in the face. That means de-anonymization. You want to be anonymized when you're online. You're anonymous. So de-anonymization, they exposed, revealed the identity of something. But what do they reveal the identity of in these 17 million transactions that they did a study on Ripple network in 2015? Among these transactions, we de-anonymize process, identify the sender or the receiver for more than 78% of transactions. We have reconstructed the complete set of transactions of the most widely deployed gateways and showed that indeed bigger than the set of transactions associated to their publicly announced Ripple wallets. 78% of wallet owners were identified. Only 22% of over 17 million wallet transactions on the Ripple network were private and remained private. These people were able to look at hot wallets and also cold wallets and look at over 17 million transactions. And let's see how many wallets again, with 174,738 wallets as their test pool and millions on Ripple. And they were able to identify you. They knew who you were. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be anonymous or pseudo-anonymous, but they could identify you, just like Bitcoin Ledger. That's a huge problem for financial companies like your bank, don't you think? It's a huge problem when you can't send money without people knowing what you're sending. This was a privacy and security issue for Ripple. But what was the premise of my conversation? I said to you that I'm going to prove something to you. So let's do it right now. So we then see that in 2017, there's another research done on Ripple, and it says privacy challenges related to the work. While the Ripple network offers a multitude of benefits and capabilities to the financial industry, the public nature of its transaction ledger exposes its individual users, groups, and organizations, and the companies to the same severe privacy attacks as already observed in Bitcoin. A recent study makes this privacy concern justifiable by showing that a significant portion of Ripple transactions today can be easily de-anonymized, such that everybody can determine who paid what to whom. You heard what I said. Ripple's network may be fast, but it was unsecured. And what did they suggest in both the 2015 article 2016 article, what did they suggest? They suggested zero knowledge proofs. And they said it again in 2017. They suggested zero knowledge proofs as the solution in both early articles. Because before 2015 December, Ripple, XRP, had never even talked about it. Here's the problem. What did I tell you at the beginning of this conversation? I said to you that Swiftcoin was number one. And I said to you that XRP was number two. Now, if you made assumptions that I was talking about when the project came out, that's on you. I never said that. You need to pay attention to the details. And you said with me that if I should prove to you that I was right, that you're going to become an Underdog Research member. But I haven't proved my point yet, because you see that in 2015, that Ripple this technology hadn't done this yet. But I haven't proved to you that Swiftcoin was in existence. Well, let's see here. Oh, that's right. Swiftcoin, the project of Swiftcoin, launched on 2017. And the company, which is called GooCoin, that created Swiftcoin, was launched in 2016. And Rambo Lamb, who is the CEO of Swiftcoin, was creating technologies and getting patents that he was applying for as early as 2016. And they was integrating this zero knowledge technology between 2017 and 2020, which in my upcoming video, I'm going to tell you about who that was. But I want you to know right now, I want you to realize that if Swiftcoin had already launched their project in 2017, and Swiftcoin already had a partner that deployed zero knowledge proof technology, and XRP stated to you not only that in 2025 September that they just now launched zero knowledge proofs, then that means they were behind and number two to Swiftcoin. Swiftcoin's in the business of sending remittances, NFTs, fiat, and can work commercially with banks and retail. They have made it their business for over a decade to be in a position to win. And they've done that by having interoperability, cross-chain swaps, and also by being one of the leaders in integrating zero knowledge proof technology for financial and money remittances and payments. So I was right. Fun fact, the underdog won. So folks, that was the conversation that I thought you should know. Now I'm going to be releasing the survey results about Swiftcoin and what we are going to be doing with the new upcoming series that only members can see. And it is called the Swiftcoin Upgraded mini series. And based on the community votes of the members and also the public community underdogs, we're going to be talking about this project. But I want you to know that you can learn a lot about everything, not only Swiftcoin, but other related technologies, because if you can see information like this, it can help you to better understand why I've been talking about these complex topics and breaking them down in a way that people can understand them better. And you can get all that if you choose to by simply becoming an underdog research analyst and being a part of my 3-tier memberships. You can do it as level 2, as the Underdog Apprentice. You can do it as an Underdog supporter, or you can go to my private site and you can learn micro learning about these topics such as zero knowledge proofs. I'm going to be teaching you about the relationship between zero knowledge proofs and Swiftcoin while I teach about big backers and big money and how that money flows and what foundations are laid down and what indicators are pre-indicators that you can look at that can potentially tell you and identify where the money is going. That's what we offer here as underdogs. Remember that Swiftcoin was number 1 and XRP is catching up. Take care.
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Oh my God.